It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So last we left off, a group of heroes under the watch and patronage of Lord Eshtaros have been dragged into a masquerade ball being held by the mysterious Chande Quorum, of which the intent was to both discover, if possible, any membership to the Quorum, which is maintained as anonymous, as well as place an enchanted ring, a replica of an enchanted ring, onto the thumb of Lord Armand Trinci. In the midst of this delightfully chaotic social environment, the Dance of the Crossroads began, in which you began to attempt to make this endeavor viable. This ring was placed upon his thumb. The machinations of other things transpiring seemed to have been followed by Chetney, who wandered out to discover that Cyrus, the brother of Dorian, was in attendance to the party, seemingly with his own ideas, and had wandered off into further down the left hallways, deeper into the chambers beyond. Upon searching for him, you also discovered that another figure that you had just met that evening that seemed to have some communications with Cyrus and Lord Armand Trinci, known as Lady Emoth Kade, and seemed to be in league with some of these shade creepers that you had encountered in previous moments, not but a week or so before. While this is happening, Ashton, who had created a mask in the image of the Nightmare King, Irawendagoth, seemed to draw the attention of Lord Armand Trinci, who had some dealings in secret with the Nightmare King, who then notified the captain of the Paragon's Call that are present at this event. This General Ratanish approached you, asking questions, and pulled the mask off your face, in which you responded by slapping him square in the middle of this event. But nevertheless, it is now seeming to lead to a duel, a fisticuffs throwdown on the outside of this event, in which the hustle and bustle of the chamber has now shifted from their own political attempts at making deals, and now enthrallment with the coming violence that is drawing its way to the outside of the chamber. There is an open space here. The crowd seems to already be aware is a common dueling ground when events like this transpire and people come to a disagreement. The crowd begins to shift and encircle the space as you kind of feel this is where it's going to happen. General Ratanish, the half-giant, just kind of gives you a glance and a beckoning hand signal as he goes, "Very well. I'll let you throw a first punch."
I headbutt. I'm going to rage and headbutt.
Okay. Oh. The resounding impact and the sound of bone and cartilage impacting kind of immediately causes this brief in the air as you take the first hit. You watch as General Ratanish.
I get a second attack now.
If you want to take a second one, yeah. And so where's that hit going?
That's going to the chin.
To the chin? So after he reacts for a second, it comes back with a bit of a grin. You can see the blood already beginning to pour from the nose. And then you turn around and whack right up the side of the face.
Double pump.
You hear this cracking sound as his teeth impact against his own teeth, the jaw forced to clench. And in the crowd you hear, ooh, ah, around.
Ooh, you hurt to hit. Wow.
Or does he hit to hurt?
Awake, it's my turn.
Now that we're awake.
He's going to rage.
Roger! Roger!
He gets his fist up and goes, "You know, if you're looking for work, there is opportunities. You have some skill, and I like the fact that you do not give a shit."
You are so much fun. I'm going to try and swing around, just haymaker, and hope I hit something.
Whack right across the side of the face for another 3 points of damage. Like he's looking a little roughed up.
Fuck. Matter what, I'm not forgetting this.
After that, he catches up to you, grabs the back of your head right as you start to catch your senses for a second, and then wham! Hit the stone, and then he just kind of grinds you across the ground.
Stone on stone.
Oh.
I'm out.
Oh no!
As it drags your face into the stone, you feel your consciousness begin to fade.
Oh, what a way to like end.
Oh
yeah.
Just
But then the heat just picks up, and darkness takes you.
Full road rash.
Go ahead and roll a death save.
Oh, no.
Help.
they're not gonna kill ya. They want to work with ya.
Natural 1.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That's 2 death saves.
Oh, Jesus!
As you land in his arms, this, boss, he's not doing well. You really did a number. He's like, patch him up.
Okay.
He earned it at least. And they kind of glance at each other, and they start quickly looking for any sort of materials.
Oh, they can't do
don't
it. All right,
I have-
I'll zoom on over and I'll just say, "Excuse me, I know this this fighter. May I please Taliesin does not want to lose another.
No, not right now. Please do it. Right now.
Level 5.
Not in the fucking mood right now. This is not how I want to spend my weekend.
No.
I've just healed you 9 points.
Wow.
Okay. You take your breath as your eyes slowly focus out of the dark space that you found yourself for a moment. The crowd now is all eyes on this interesting end of the scuffle. So, after this presentation by Ratanish, everyone starts looking about. You do glance over and see Gavis lean in and is listening to somebody. Looks like a really well-dressed woman in probably her early 50s or so, who is just kind of whispering into his ear, arm on the shoulder, and you can see him kind of listening intently. Gives a nod, and she releases her hand, clasps hers together, and as the crowd is shifting, goes and saddles up next to Armand Trinci, and they both begin to whisper together. You can see she has darker black hair with streaks of gray that are coming through. The hair is kind of gently braided in this long braid, and her dress is this deep red and gold coloration to it, where she has almost like a combination of a shawl, scarf.
Does she have rounded ears, pointed ears?
She appears to be human. It's right about this time that 3 of the members of the Paragon's Call crew, the Minotaur, the half-orc, and the human, have stepped beyond the crowd to approach you.
Oh no.
The Minotaur kind of...
The general would like to sit with you at the table and converse.
Come inside, and kind of grabs your shoulder.
Will there be booze? Oh!
And they don't even pay attention to you. Just begin to muscle
I'll be back!
back as you watch.
I'm gonna just try to tag along just to make sure that they don't take him and throw him in the back of a station wagon or something.
Okay.
Hey, Imogen.
Hi, there you are. What have you been doing?
Oh man, it's been the craziest night, and not in like the hot, sexy way. Listen, I think Dorian needs to be aware that his brother is missing.
I'll see if I can talk to Dorian if he has not blocked me out still. Oh, my lord. Oh, my fucking lord.
Who is that? Hello? I can't quite tell from the voice. Who's speaking?
Chet's been following your brother and he's gone missing.
Oh, missing?
I don't know.
How could he go missing? From the party?
I think so. He said he followed him into a back room and he's missing now.
I'll come on over. Is Chetney still invisible, or is he?
No, you can see him.
You can see him.
He's just little.
What's up?
the second time this has happened at that point.
That's very strong
Oh, I'm sorry,
language.
Your Grace.
Nice
Your
body.
Grace.
Oh, look, we're not
Fire
going to
and
start
wind.
this again.
All
I
right.
swear, just the information, Chetney.
Oh, right, your brother. I was with him for a second. He said he was trying to earn some money to like get rid of his, his problems.
Yes.
And not like a physical one, but the one that we all know about. You know, like the it starts with.
But
a B.
I know you don't have to
Right,
hint
so-
at it. Yes.
And then he was working with this woman, and then I lost track of him. But when I followed her, she was back in this room, and it looked like she didn't live there, and she was turning it upside down, and there were all these little creepy creatures, and like they were digging through stuff.
Wait. Creepy creatures?
Yeah, they were all
Wait,
kind of
look
like shadowy and like.
Dorian.
Okay.
Duggar.
Yes. But what does that have to do with my brother? It doesn't
And
make
he
any
was
sense.
working with her?
You don't think that he could have been taken by you?
Honestly, I don't. Wait.
What?
I could try something. I'm gonna open up my mind, and you guys are gonna see my art start flickering white. And I'm gonna try to reach my mind out and see if I can find Cyrus.
Ooh, what?
Okay.
And if I can, I'm gonna send him a message.
Okay. Come on. So you are attempting to
Cast sending.
cast sending to him. Okay.
Oh shit!
Alrighty. You begin to concentrate and focus on the memory of the voice and the expression, and you feel this tug. You're unable to place the direction of it necessarily, but you find a connecting point to his mind. What would you like to say?
Cyrus, where are you? Your brother's looking for you. Are you all right?
Okay. He responds, I'm fine. Don't tell him. Don't worry. I'm paying my debts. It's being taken care of.
He sounds like he's safe. He said he was paying his debts. He wouldn't tell me where he was.
What? Paying his debts? In the bathroom?
Ashtaroth kind of glancing over at the direction of Ashton.
Is your friend all right?
I think he'll be okay.
He's recovering, but that was quite a walloping they took, and now the general wants to sit down with them to converse about something. Is the general bad news? He's with Paragon's call, right?
More or less, yes. They are known as the Hellcatch Valley problem for quite some time. Very brutal mercenary group, but it seems they're making a more social play these days and are looking to be a little more official.
Well, I think we inadvertently bolstered that aim of theirs. We sort of gave them a whole bunch of free advertising for their abilities.
Should we try to go in the back and find out?
Do not go wandering around that back area until all of us can go back there. Because
Are you telling Fern or Ashley?
Well, I'm just saying, Okay, I won't.
she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
Well, that's happening. Or you do watch as the woman that you're keeping an eye on circles back around after, like, you watch this. She kind of goes and has little greetings and brief conversations with a handful of other people.
If she gets within 15 feet of me, unsettling presence.
She's doing an odd kind of from this person to this person to this person. Is very much on a path, kind of closing out interactions for the evening, and at one point does kind of pass by, and you do unsettling presence. She's walking kind of like, you can see like the air escaping from her mouth gets cold suddenly.
Yeah.
And she kind of like turns around and looks at you.
Oh, hello.
Hello, I'm afraid we have not met.
No, we haven't. What's your name?
My name is Mistress Shashadri. And who might you be?
Lorelei. Lorelei DeRolo.
Make a deception check.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I don't know.
I just got.
I do not know. Winging it here. Yikesy. 8.
8. The Rollo. Of the Whitestone Rollers.
That's correct. You've heard of us.
I've heard of the family. I cannot say I've heard of you.
I'm the unspoken sibling.
I can't imagine why. Well, I hope you enjoy your evening.
I was curious.
Yes?
You seem to be chatting up Armand. I was just hoping to bend the ear of a few other quorum members.
Mond is not a member of the Quorum, but a business ally of mine. We've had dealings in the past.
But you are.
I am not a member of the Quorum either. I am but a lower Mahon house. We focus in livestock and beasts of burden. We do not have the influence to be so involved.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Big roll, big roll, big roll.
Big money, big money.
There we go. Peanut butter.
It's a 6. Oh, I'm just kidding.
No more glyphs.
She's hard to read.
Fuck.
Maybe it's the distraction, but you're not certain.
Well, perhaps we could still find business dealings. Maybe at a later time.
A later time would be preferred. Have a good night, Lorelei Dirolo. And she turns and heads back into the crowd. Ashton.
Lorelei.
As you have been sat down at the table, Ratanish, you can see, is sitting there, finishes kind of wiping off the lip and uncorks this bottle of like a dark brown liquor and just kind of pours the glass in front of him, pours it in front of you, sets it down, corks it again. Honestly, it has made my night far more memorable. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Tell me, where did the inspiration for this come from? And he lifts up the mask from the side of the table.
Something I saw. I see a lot of weird shit. Freaked me out. Figured maybe it'd make me intimidating. Since I'm working here tonight, I didn't expect to have any fun. I thought maybe I could be, spooky.
So you're telling me that you have seen the inspiration for this, you have encountered something that inspired this?
Oh, there's been weird shit around town lately. You never know. There's... shit's been weird around
But
here.
this in particular, I would like to know. It's just unblinking, eyes focused on you.
Well, this is the trouble, is that sometimes some of the stuff you're involved in, you are, let's say, locked into contract until the contract is finished. I certainly wouldn't work for you if I couldn't prove to you that I am definitely a staunch professional. What I can say, I suppose, without actually breaking anything tonight, is that the reasons I am here had nothing to do with that, and genuinely had nothing to do with you. I cannot get into the reasons why I'm here, but they were honestly pretty boring.
It does not seem like Odiran local. You're Hellcatch folk, aren't you? I recognize like.
Don't hear that very often.
Well, I will not wish to impede upon your professional means of maintaining anonymity. I respect that. But if I might be so bold as to recommend in the future, when you are involved in the destruction of property within the city of Drusar, do not immediately show your face in the center of its political machinations.
Oh. Assuming that advice meant anything to me, I would have been fine if someone hadn't come over and ripped a mask off my face.
Would not have been as much of a problem if someone hadn't come and destroyed the tower. But you know, that doesn't matter to me too much. That is more important to those who occasionally do business with me. I will say, you and whoever you work with, they do fine work. Well, should you be looking for more interesting employment, I think you know how to get a hold of us.
I will genuinely consider the offer, and honestly, after tonight, I feel like there will be plenty of opportunities.
All I can do is hope that when next we meet, it is not as opposition, because I would hate to cut your throat.
Wow. Honestly, I do look forward to another round at some point.
Good night, Eric.
Thanks for the drink.
You know what? You relax. I'll go get us some drinks.
Yes.
Okay? I'll be
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Yes. Yes.
Roll at disadvantage.
14.
You can make a deception check or just roll for the hell of it and just, based on the rolls, see how you want to go with
7.
it. What does he sense?
Well, I was gonna take a little bit of a detour. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just I want to help stay and make sure that Ashton's all right, but I just have a sneaking suspicion that I should also stay with you to make sure you're all right. And I'm a little conflicted is all. So.
Oh, literally, I'm just gonna go get drinks and then I'll be right back. You can watch me.
Yeah, no. She's talking too fast. You should go.
She's talking too fast.
I'll help you.
The speed of my way that I talk doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing. Whoa.
Whoa.
You're so bad at this.
Listen,
No, it's fine.
I'm not
know,
lying. And I will come right back.
Listen,
I'm not going to go where I was going to go.
Listen, you have great instincts and you should trust them. All I'm saying is I'd like to be
Thank you.
there to support you.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah. You make good decisions and make good decisions now, and I will be there to support whatever they are.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm coming with.
Okay, so you head over towards Laudna. You guys are heading to get drinks. You're still with Eshtaros. You're amongst the crowd.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm just gonna keep wandering amongst all these people and try to find out the last piece of information we came here to find.
Okay. Chetney, you were keeping an eye out in the backspace of the chamber.
Like a hawk, back on those doors.
You see these two individuals, one of which is a tall half-orc man, the other is a short, intense female gnome, and they're both wearing these like dark green, almost trench coat-looking outfits. They're nice, but they're definitely function. And they both have kept together the entire evening. But at this point now, you can see they're talking to guards, specifically the ones in the back of the area, with authority.
Dorian,
Yes.
I saw those two. They've been making the rounds. Eyes like a hawk I have. They haven't faded with time.
Did I clock that at all?
You've seen them around the room.
Okay.
You've heard of a group, two individuals like this before called the Greenseekers.
Greenseekers.
They are fairly well-known detectives that had been had done some work in Onkrell, done some work here in the wilds, had done some work in the Hellcatch Valley, which is where they really kind of broke out and made a name for themselves in kind of the criminal underbelly there. But they're definitely kind of wandering agents that have a very strong moral compass and kind of follow whatever scent crosses their path. That's as much as you know about them.
Shit.
Chetney, when you were following my brother, and you said he was looking to broker some sort of deal,
Right?
did you feel that it was nefarious or underhanded in nature in any way?
It certainly didn't seem upstanding. He wasn't very quick to speak about it. I feel like if it had been on the up and up, he would have been more open. Oh, I have an idea.
All right.
Let's make this room work for us.
Okay, all right.
How about we go up to the guards
Sure.
and we say, hey, there's some shit going on in that room to the right.
Okay.
They're challenging the Chande Quorum. You should go check it out. And while they go, you go, look. Let's go.
Shit. All right.
We head over towards the guards.
Correct.
You approach the back part of the room, and the guards are standing there, spears in hand, as you approach.
Excuse me. I wanted to let you know the bathrooms are absolutely pristine. However, when I was coming back in, there was a room off to the right, second on the left. The door was slightly ajar, and I couldn't help but hear a commotion of what sounded like a woman in trouble and a man's voice screaming, "Oh, the Chande Korm is vulnerable." Now, normally, I would keep this information to myself, but I respect the environment, so I don't know, it might be worth a little looky-loo.
And also, I have to pee.
Both the guards look at each other. Back to you. Are they with you? And you glance over and see behind you fern and fresh cut grass.
Fuck.
Oh,
Smiley day.
Oh, hi, hello.
hello. I have to go to the restroom. The bacon-wrapped persimmons just didn't sit well in my stomach.
Persimmons.
Oh, it's a lovely restaurant. I'm actually fine. Help yourself. And I'll just kind of walk off.
All right, as you're walking that way, the guard just kind of speaks up, and clears his throat. One of us will have to escort you. They kind of open the doors, and you watch as the two guards kind of emerge, and both kind of walk alongside both of you.
I lean over to Fern and I go, talk to him, talk to him.
To the guard?
And I'm gonna nod my head to the guard.
How long have you been working at this establishment?
I have been working in the chambers for close to a decade.
Close to a decade?
And as soon as he's engaged with her, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. As soon as I see that he's distracted.
Okay, what are you doing?
I am gonna, as far away as I can from us, toward the direction of where Chetney mentioned, it is going to be the voice of a woman screaming in distress.
Oh.
Okay. You suddenly hear breaking through the quiet in that direction. Ah! This woman screaming down the hallway.
That was good.
All heads turn, and this is further down the left? Or in the direction of that?
I think it's the other way. It's where Chetney said the commotion was coming from.
Correct.
Yeah.
The guard goes, shit, and gets his spear and just kind of abandons the two of you for a moment to go follow the scream sound. They both begin to head down the right side to follow suit.
Oh, okay, that was great.
I do have to look in the bathroom, though.
You do have to go to the bathroom?
No, I don't have to go to the bathroom. I should be looking in the bathroom.
Okay, look in the bathroom. I'll stay here and keep an eye on the guards.
Perfect. And I'll pop into the men's restroom.
I'm gonna follow the guards.
Okay, you follow the guard?
Yeah.
Okay. Fresh cut grass and Chetney, what are you doing? Because you watch the two guard.
We
One
heard a
guard was
scream.
there. You hear the scream.
We should help.
Okay, are you following directly after the guard?
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna burst out and look down the hallway and see the commotion that I created. And
Hi.
Hi.
What did you, everything come out okay?
No, brother. No, nothing.
No, Fern, you get there first. As you kind of come by the side and the door itself is now open. And you hear first like some whispered hushes. Let me see. What the fuck? And you hear somebody else try and scream before. Then silence.
Oh. This is a turn of events.
Okay.
Episode title.
It all hinges on your good judgment.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay there and just listen.
So about this time that you all begin to approach Fern, who is carefully listening around the partially open door.
Okay. The guards went in there. They got eaten.
Wait, what did you just say?
I assume I just heard like.
Maybe they're eating. Maybe they were hungry.
Doubt it, because there was also like screams of pain.
Is this the monster room?
They're still in there.
Did I just kill those two nice guards?
Well, what if they're still alive? We could help them.
They're dead.
Let's at least see. Maybe one of them's still alive. I have healing powers.
They killed two on guards.
we don't know that until we go. I'm gonna go in and look.
As fresh cut grass wheels.
Oh, fuck.
You do see a blood trail, a heavy blood trail, and a secondary smaller one that are both dragging through to a doorway that leads into kind of an adjacent chamber, a continuation of this suite beyond.
So they're either dead or in the process of dying. So if we want to save their lives, we should go in there and help them. Otherwise, we're just going to leave them to die.
Wait, who are we saving?
The 2 guards that Dorian killed.
Why?
Because they're innocent and haven't done anything wrong.
You
And
know.
they have souls.
Breaks the tense silence of the room.
What are you doing in these chambers?
And you look for the source of it, and you don't see anyone else in the room. But you either glance up and see latched to the ceiling.
Shut the fuck up.
In her dark gray silver dress. No. Sweaty skin. Head turned down, black eyes, an extended jaw, just kind of dripping liquid saliva from it. The sharp teeth exposed. You see Lady Emoth Kade looking down. You can see, like, kind of wrapped around her shoulder, it looks like a satchel that is somewhat half full.
Hello? Smiley day to you.
Well, we didn't realize this room was already taken. So we'll just go.
They would just start backing out, one real slowly out of the room.
She drops from the ceiling into the doorway and is now blocking your exit.
Is the doorway still open? Or the door
She's standing at the doorway, now blocking the space, and goes,
Sorry. We've got business for her tonight.
I need you to all roll initiative.
Oh, God.
Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
They're gonna die.
I love it.
So Lady Emoth actually begins.
Lady Emoth? Okay.
Her arms and shoulders kind of bend back as she quietly growls. There's still kind of a sense of keeping things quiet and contained as she begins to rush forward towards you, fresh cut grass.
Well, hello.
Not letters.
She is going to go ahead and make 2 claw attacks against you.
Mm-hmm.
The first one misses. The second one, she leaps forward again and just drives it right into kind of the chest area of your torso and streaks down the middle of the front and leaves this gash in the front. And now that she's up close and personal in the face, you can see the blackened veins across her body. There's almost like small, I want to say like large porous openings at certain parts of her skin that seem to almost breathe on their own. Parts of her shoulders and open areas. Yep, Dorian, you're up with Chutney on deck.
Oh, damn it. I'm just gonna look at her and I'm gonna say, "Where's my brother?" And I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, okay.
That is 6 points of damage, but she must also be moved back her maximum distance.
Ooh. Okay, so
that
she
push up.
immediately leaps back into the air, under the ceiling.
Oh, okay, that's a good move,
And
dude.
is currently now like in the back hallway, upside down, her hair kind of stringily hanging from above. All right, are you gonna stay put?
No, I will stay put. I want to stay with the group.
You got it. Chetney, you're up.
I'm gonna run over towards the doorway to see if there's anybody else in there.
The first thing you notice is 2 guards on the ground here and here. One of them you can see is like coughing blood up from like gash marks across their face and neck.
I'm next to the guard that looks like he might have some life left in him. We gotta have one of these fuckers alive, otherwise we're gonna get framed as shit. I will take out the green healing potion, the greater healing potion that also has, I think poison immunity or whatever in it. And I'm gonna dump it in his gullet for my action.
You finish administering the potion and the guard immediately grabs the spear and kind of sits up and puts its back against the wall that separates the two rooms.
We're friends. We're here to help. Things are about to get weird. Don't hit me.
The guard just goes, okay,
That's my turn.
you got it. Fern, you're up.
Okay.
Worm on deck.
I am going to turn around and kind of flip my flame blade and try to slice it across her throat.
Such a
Go ahead
dangerous
and
place
roll
to
an attack.
shoot.
Get a spell attack modifier.
That's how you feel.
Natural 20.
Pulls back and the blade cuts past, and you see the cut does go through, and a bit of excretion kind of down the side of the neck. It's not a heavy, like it doesn't bisect her in any means, but it definitely like cuts through. All right, that finishes your go. Aurum, you're up.
Okay, so I will attack
Damn.
with a dagger at advantage because I'm flanking with Dorian.
You got it.
And we get a natural 20.
Oh!
Make the natural 20 just in case a goading attack, and I will try to slash her. I will slash her across the eyes.
You watch as she turns back to try and slash towards you, not expecting you to be coming with such a vicious strike, and as you do, you watch as she skitters around the way, through the hall, across the ceiling, over you, and vanishes around this corner.
She's got some crazy.
You hear as she rushes by, she's like,
She'll help me. She'll help me.
I'll turn and try and go after 25 feet. Can I see anything?
you turn the corner, and you see her. The bed itself is pulled away from the wall, and there is what looks to be the baseboard and base portion of this chamber wall is now pulled open, and there is a hole that leads to a dark interior, and you can see her in the process of like slithering
Get her out.
into it.
Get her out.
I'll take my claws.
Get my deposit
I'll
back.
take my claws and say, "Where are you going?" And I'll shove it up against her back, and I'll cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice. As you reach out and claw into her, and this as she's pushing her away, and you hear her scream, and the muscle seems to pulse within your grip before it slips free.
discordant.
That hurt her a lot. All right, it's now her turn. She's going to go ahead and use Slippery Dash to disengage.
That was a rejected for me.
Slips down without taking any attacks of opportunity because of the disengage action and vanishes into the wall.
Oh, come on.
No!
Real close.
Damn, we like all
We were
converge.
there.
Fuck. I will. I'll drop my werewolf form and walk back over to the guard that's cradling his comrade.
He like just kind of like takes his hand and closes his eyelids. Stands up.
What was that? Where are you? I don't know, but listen, there's going to be more people coming. We need you to make sure and vouch for us. We didn't do this. We came to your rescue. You understand?
I know very much so, but what can I say you are?
Well, like a name?
A name or a person, an affiliation, something. Who are you here with?
No, we're not here with anybody.
We're not here with anyone. We were here as representatives of
Of the deceased Bertrand Bell. Carry on his legacy.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Bertrand Bell, okay.
Okay, whose room is this?
This belonged to, was it Gris Alakritos?
Oh.
Grease.
Great. This is
Grease's room.
Goblin.
Wait, Grease. Oh, the
Scholar.
headmaster guy.
Oh, headmaster.
But that's just random. He's not a bad guy.
I don't know.
He said he was a friend of
Ajit.
Ajit, and said, you know, he's somewhere at the party. Dorian and Laudna, you hear a ruckus in the hallway, like the sound of a voice or voices elevated. No, you've got the wrong idea. This is I am the Lord. I'm supposed to be here. Titania, you can look it up. And you just hear like, keep it quiet. We got you.
Is that your
That's his brother.
Toodaloo.
Do I recognize this voice?
It is indeed the voice of Cyrus.
Yeah. I was like, come on. And I'm going to break for the door.
And you kind of push through and open, and you can see people in the chamber are beginning to spread apart from the central area, and they're all looking upon what looks to be a guard and two green-cloaked figures that currently have your brother in shackles, and are just holding each of them on each side of him, holding his arms and kind of parading him through the central area.
Of the party?
Of the party.
As we're walking away, I'm going to turn back towards the direction and send a message to Imogen as well and be like, we've got a Cyrus alert.
Yeah.
Let's. Then I start heading off after Laudna.
I'll book it with
As
you.
we turn the corner and I'm walking away from the guard. We're Bell's Hills. And don't you forget it. And I'm going to keep walking out.
You all begin to head down the hall into the main area, kind of following where you are, and you can just see the crowd is kind of parted, and people are like whispering to each other, and your brother is still like, this is a misunderstanding. I don't know. We're going to work this out. Anyone know her? Lady Emoth? Kade?
Oh, shit.
She's my date.
I don't know what to do. Distraction. Do you have anything in mind? We have to get him out of there right now.
Create an illusion. I don't know what to do.
Gavis rushes up towards the investigators and like starts asking them questions. One of them kind of talks on the side, and Gavis turns around to the rest of the troop. Not to worry, everyone. It seems a burglar has been apprehended within the chambers and will be dealt with appropriately within the Citadel. So, thank you to the Greenseekers and our fantastic wardens for finding such a perpetrator. And please, let us continue the night unworried and unbothered.
Now, fuck that darkness. I'm gonna do it in the ceiling, though.
In the ceiling?
Okay, so the central chandelier in the middle of the room suddenly, and just like this sphere of dark shadow encompasses the
I don't know, I'm
chandelier.
trying to make a distraction here.
All of a sudden, everyone in the room, after Gavis just begins to like calm everyone down and people begin talking, all of a sudden, what? Everyone's looking up at this like sphere of dark shadow that has now appeared in the center of the room.
Oh my god.
One of the patrons kind of goes, and flicks their finger in the darkness. Vanishes. You're not the only magic practitioners in the city, unfortunately.
Of course not.
Are we all out into the chamber?
You've all now kind of caught up a little bit, and you watch as everyone's still kind of, while people are kind of wondering what that was and starting to make questions, and Gavis is still trying to lay down the tension of the room. Things are definitely, the energy's weird. The party's gotten odd, and people are starting to like look around, and there's definitely a chaotic anxiety.
Time to leave. Now.
I'm gonna lean over to Laudna and I'm gonna say, tell them I'm sorry. And I'm gonna reach in my bag. And I'm gonna pull out my last vestige of my trip to Gilmore's. I have got a smoke grenade, and I'm gonna pull it, and I'm gonna pop it, and I'm gonna throw it right at all of them.
At who?
At the guards that have my brother. And everybody, I'm gonna pop a smoke grenade and throw it right into the middle of the map.
Oh boy!
Yeah, it's my brother.
Oh boy! Sure it is.
It lobs through the air and lands right in the middle of them, and creates a 20-foot radius smoke screen. And I'm gonna sprint straight for it.
All right, everyone distracted with the darkness appearing and then vanishing, shouting. Suddenly, the smoke fills the reach. People start like freaking out. Some people start fleeing from it, not certain what it is. It feels like it's an attack or an aggressive action. Some of the guards kind of glance around to kind of see where the source it was, but they weren't paying complete attention. As soon as you do this, Esteros kind of like kind of begins to follow up behind you. You watch as this wave of smoke and fog just hits you, and the light suddenly dims from inside, and you can just see shapes moving within. You go rushing in and then
I know.
Bump into a figure. You see as a half-orc in a dark green cloak suddenly turns around right towards you and goes,
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm gonna put my arms on his shoulders and go, don't worry about it. And cast Charm Person.
Oh shit! You're also hidden by the cloud, so that's if it succeeds, nobody's gonna see it.
I know.
And if it doesn't, you're arrested.
I know.
This natural 9
14
plus
save.
4. He just misses and kind of turns to
What are you doing?
I said, don't worry about it. And I'm gonna let him go and try to fade back into the smoke and feel around for my brother.
Yeah, it's okay.
As you finish casting it, you see, and his other arm is still holding your brother. Is right to the side, and the other figure is just out of vision in the smoke. The female gnome, same coat, is kind of holding on to the other side of your brother's arm, chain still behind his back, and just goes, "What the fuck?" And is about to look over in your direction, sees you, mask and all, and kind of gives an intense look before she drops to the ground.
What?
Whack! Hits their face, and you just see a shadow pulling back with a long, dark cane in their hand.
Yeah! Oh, shit! Come on!
And just kind of just all you hear is, "Go." And it steps back into the fog. What do you do?
I'll look to the charmed person that is holding my brother, grab his arm, it's like, "You heard the man, we've got to go." And try to lead my brother out of the smoke.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, Dorian, this is it.
He's charmed, right?
Oh boy.
He is. So you'd have advantage technically because he is
Persuasion,
advantage.
for 16 plus 6, 22.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
Roll again.
Advantage, sure. Well,
Oh my god!
Unbelievable. Natural 20, yeah, 26.
Oh my
26. The half-orc looks and goes,
I guess I can finish the investigation if you're taking him down to the Citadel.
and kind of hands the arm over to you, the chains at that point.
I'm going to crack my neck and drop on all fours and grow a little bit into my form of dread and say, "Get out!" to everybody around.
I'd say all of the attendees in your vicinity just go scattering and running out in a mass exodus towards the front entranceway. The downside is the 7 or so guards that are in the chamber now have their spears out and are coming in your direction.
Run.
I've got my brother by the arm, and as we walk out of the smoke right before we leave its precipice, I'm going to tap him and cast invisibility on him.
Okay.
Slick.
Brilliant.
Do you have
Fucking good
higher
idea.
level available?
I just used my second level of visibility. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Your brother, while still holding the weight of his arm, goes, "Dorian." And his image fades, but you still feel the weight on your arm, and he kind of gets up back on his feet. Okay. You hear him whisper under his breath and just kind of follows your lead. I want you to make this would be stealth.
Yeah.
See if you can mingle within the crowd that is now rushing out from your distraction.
Go in the crowd,
22 on stealth.
22. With your brother under your arm and the mass exodus pushing through because of Laudna's distraction and furious intimidation, people might be bumping into your brother, but they're not even caring because they're fleeing from this terrifying creature that has appeared in the middle of this party. You push through out into the road where you can see the carriage awaits off to the side. What are the rest of you doing in this moment?
Step up next to Laudna and cast Calm Emotions.
If I see you doing that, I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
So-
to the guards?
To the guards, to everyone, I'm just going to cast Calm Emotions to try to make them indifferent towards
Laudna.
Okay.
Laudna.
And I'll do the same thing.
Instantly try to drop my form of dread as well.
So, 5 of them kind of stop and kind of put their spears to the side and kind of glance back at the smoke that's still kind of brimming through and kind of just a little confused, and you drop the form of dread. And the one that still is "Who are you? Get on the ground!"
Oh my god, how dare you treat a lady as such? Oh god.
Is everything all right, sir?
I don't...
Rude. Do you know who I am?
Make a deception check.
Please do good.
Fuck, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Oh, lots of 2. 5.
5. Just one guard still has his spear towards you. The others have stopped and like, calm down, man. Like, just kind of chill. But that one guy is like intensely questioning all this that's happened in the room, and then you just transform this creature, and it's like, I said, get on the ground. At which point, the guard that you had saved in the previous room comes through. There's been an attack. And the guard with the spear was like, is it this one? He goes, no. She helped save me. They're gone. The guard's like, what? I'll explain. Ugh, and kind of like stumbles forward. So the smoke by now would be beginning to dissipate. So as you're all moving forward and keeping a keen eye out there, the smoke disappears, and you can see one of the investigators, the half-orc, is standing there and kind of like assessing the area, nodding, and his friend's getting up and like, oh, Gus, what the fuck? Gus! Smacks him. He's like, what do you mean? What's wrong? Where's our prisoner? And slaps him in the face. Like, Shit. And they both begin to charge into the crowd. But you do not see Dorian. You do not see his brother.
Start to walk out, and as we're walking out, I'm gonna just reach out with my mind and send a message or try to cast sending to Dorian. Did you make it? Where are you?
Close. A few steps from the carriage.
So you head to the carriage that is marked for you and your troop. The paid hand that recognizes you upon arrival opens it up. Does not notice your invisible brother. As you all begin to exit the chamber, the guards definitely keep an eye, but it's less of a, we're going to keep you, and more like, we have reports to make. You are now definitely persons of interest.
Closest one on the way out, I make eye contact. Great party. I tip a gold coin.
Holds it.
Blood and...
Carefully, you all begin to come to your carriages, respectively. Estros is already inside his. You can see him, like, cane top in his hand, just clenching his jaw and, like, looking forward. And as you enter the door, he doesn't even look at any of you. The carriages, one by one, begin to leave and disperse until eventually you come to the Estros Manor. The late, near midnight hours of the night in the city, as you all begin to convene within his study. And you see him now pacing back and forth in front of his fireplace, which has been freshly lit by his associate.
Well, that was certainly eventful. Did you tell anybody of your connection with me?
No.
You actually didn't.
Deliberately didn't.
Hell, but full disclosure, it's not just us. I tap my brother and drop the invisibility, so he's there with us.
Oh, fuck.
He was in trouble.
So you've ushered what is now currently a fugitive of the quorum.
He was invisible.
But also he wrongly accused, I think. I don't know if he did anything else. I don't know.
You can see as your brother's still chained, by the way.
Oh, shit.
So I come up behind him and start picking his little claws and everything.
So stupid.
What can you tell us about the people you were working with?
You know, folks around the Corsairs knew that I was looking for work, fast cash, whatever was available. And one of them mentioned that they occasionally do work with, Lady Emoth, Kade. And she worked for a while with the Duggar fellow you guys were looking for a while back. We kind of hit it off a little bit after she wanted to hire me to... She said she was going to escort me into this place. I was going to help her steal some stuff to both embarrass the lower Mahan houses and make some cash on this side.
So your bounty was for being falsely accused of stealing from a Mahan house, and you thought the best way to pay it off was to literally steal from another Mahan house. The Greenseekers. I barely remember tale of them, but why are they after you? The bounty I understand, but why them? What else could you have done?
I don't know. They kept asking me questions about like some tower, some sort of other burglary, destruction or something. I don't know anything about it. Like I feel like I wasn't doing something great, but I feel like I got something pinned on me that wasn't my doing either. But still,
The Greenseekers thought that you had something to do with a burglary at a tower?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a patsy.
They think he's me.
Did Emoth ever talk about, a woman that she worked for?
Yeah, she said she had like a partner, a business partner, somebody she went to often. Yeah.
Did she say her name?
No. I think it might have been her mother. Yeah, no, she called her mother a few times.
So Kade was your one point of contact.
Yeah. I'm real bad at this. I'm so sorry. I just gotta turn myself in.
What? No. Ashton, tell him no.
No. No, you'll be dead in a week. No.
How do we even get you out of here?
Esteros, who's been just pacing this whole time, kind of stops and puts his cane on the ground and turns. My skyship should likely be loaded for its next journey in the morning. We can smuggle you onto it. Just get you out of Marquet at the very least.
Where is it bound to? Where's it going?
Come on.
Is it private? Is there anyone else aboard, or?
All under my employ.
So we just have to get him on.
We'll figure it out. I'll talk to Captain Xandis. We're old friends, and they would be very discreet under my instruction. It would be the first time I've smuggled anyone out of the city. No.
Will the Greenseekers try to follow? They won't have any idea where he went, right?
It's likely they are looking for a certain type of person.
You're offering my brother free passage out of the city.
He's talking about you as well.
I know.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary. We just get your brother out and we get out of town.
Do you think this man could possibly take care of himself with what he's done in the city? Could possibly figure out a way to fix any of this?
Plus, the family resemblance is quite strong.
I'll turn to my brother and I'll say, this deal with Lady Emoth, was this your last-ditch effort to get out of this bounty?
A lot of help that it was.
I'll turn my back on the rest of the group and I'll look to Lord Esteros and I'll say, we'll take you up on your offer.
Very well. It'll have to be before sunrise if we're going to utilize the darkness to our advantage.
No. We can cut your hair. We can make you look different.
That's very sweet, Fern.
Or we can pay off the debt.
Do you need any of us to come with you?
I can't be a burden to this group anymore, not like this. Not for now, not for now. This is a family issue, and we will take care of it.
Your brother, Cyrus, kind of looks up to you, and kind of grabs your hand and just kind of... Bronte, I'm so sorry.
Don't be. Don't be. We're all just trying to find our way. And it appears for now our way is somewhere different.
Estros steps up a bit and kind of clasps his hand on your shoulder.
And says, do not consider this failure. Like it or not, you've all succeeded at many great things this night. Trust me, I've worked with and work with others who... Well, you heard what happened to the rest of Bell's compatriots. You have a knack for survival. And we've a few things that we have in our pocket that can help in what's ahead. Do you have anywhere in Amon you could go?
Amon. Probably not. Maybe somewhere different. In Taldore, Kamille, perhaps. I've heard things about it. Music, gambling, place where a simple bard could blend in.
Maybe some opportunities to... And he claps the back of Cyrus. Make some money the proper way. I'll go get the paperwork completed. In the interim, set your affairs.
And he takes his cane in hand and exits the chamber.
I hate this.
Are you sure? No. Of course not.
You'll come back, right? Maybe in time?
No. No promises. We have to sort this out. Him and I. I'm sorry. You're like family to me. Very much so. But this is my family. And we have to see this through, whatever it is. No goodbyes.
I think this is the right thing for your family. And I support this decision, but at the same time, I don't want to lose you. And I think there's a couple of stones that y'all have that maybe we could keep one, so we can
still talk to you.
Still call you every once in a while.
Yes. That's a good idea. Cyrus, do you have the...
Reaches in, sheepishly pulls out the other stone.
Gave it to that shit.
Here. And I'm gonna toss it to Orm.
I'm not gonna say I'm happy about it. But I think we all understand.
This feels so dour. It's a real downer. Come on, we just had a great night. Wasn't it fun?
It was something.
It was strange.
Oh, we were clicking. We had chemistry.
Evelyn?
Yes?
Do you have any wine and some cups?
Of course, I'll be right back.
She leaves and comes back with a tray with all manner of wine glasses and 3 hefty bottles that are freshly uncorked.
This is how we met? This is how we got to know each other? Why not? No pressure.
Smells good.
May I?
Oh, yeah.
To the...
Oh.
Oh.
What did you say?
Bell's
I
Hells.
said Bell's Hells.
But do you like it?
I did. It felt good.
Does it feel good?
I mean, we are a bunch of Hellions.
We raise hell.
Yeah.
Well,
And we killed Bertrand.
that is true.
I mean, in a way. Yeah.
I finished his song, by the way.
Oh,
I did.
What do you mean?
I will play it for you the next time our paths cross.
I feel like that's just a...
You know, leave a little something behind. Cheers to
the Bell's Hellions.
It's Bell's Hells.
Bell's Hells.
I'm not holding a cup.
You are a cup.
You're right.
You know, you are always a part of Bell's Hells.
You know what's funny? I've always felt my entire life, always, like I was on the outside looking in. And you have all made me feel like I am part of something bigger. And I will be forever grateful for that. Thank you.
To Dorian, who is leaving us
Yeah.
for his stupid brother. What the fuck is up with that?
Hey!
What the fuck is up with that?
You're not a burden, by the way. You shouldn't have said that. You're quite the asset. You little fuck! I'll cut you open!
Wait, hold on. Stop.
Who is this? Who is this guy?
He is a friend, a very hairy, angry friend.
I get it. Look, I am sorry. I
Yeah,
remember you.
yeah. You
Right.
I'll leave you with something to remember me by.
Oh God! I get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All of you. I'm so sorry.
You're an idiot.
I know.
Better earn this. This is a good one. I mean, it's a little famous and pretentious, but he's good, so you earn it.
Don't
No,
put
you're right.
anything in your mouth without his permission. You're just gonna choke on it.
Got it. Okay.
Just, you know,
Maybe
you
stay
can
home.
come back, but you should stay home
You're just
and like raise a garden or something.
Honestly, I agree. Maybe it's when all this is over, it's time for me to go home and be who I was meant to be.
Let's just get out of here first.
Okay.
You hear in your head, I know what it's like to have people shouting in your brain all the time. So before you go, I just want to apologize for submitting you to that earlier this evening.
No need to apologize. Very few people have challenged me the way you have. It's been fun.
Just remember, it's okay to accept help. You
good.
really don't have to do it on your own.
Thank you. I always felt like there's been someone protecting me. I feel like now I have the chance to protect someone else. It's nice.
I reach up and take both Fern and Dorian's hands. I got so used to it. Feels weird that it's over for now.
I will miss big spoon, medium spoon, little spoon.
Big spoon, medium spoon, little spoon.
That's true.
But
Fair enough.
I know my spot.
One less spoon.
You're a good man.
Oh. Has yet to be proven. Would anyone like to hear a song?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll pull out my lute and I will try to sing a little song for everyone.
All right.
Are you gonna sing it?
No!
I know.
So excited.
Yeah. And so through the wee hours of the morning and the late remaining parts of the evening. You drink as friends, share stories as friends, and remember this face until it comes back around to cross your paths again.
Dorian.
Yes?
Worcestershire.
Harder than goodbye. Worcestershire.
It's good.
It's not goodbye.
No.
See you later. That's all. And you are a good man. We've seen all the proof we need. I give him a halfling hug.
Bring him in tight. I will kiss his tiny little forehead.
You see Esheros there. Each time.
All right, then.
Until next time, Dorian.
We'll see you later.
Big group hug. Please be safe.
We'll be fine.
And make good decisions. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yes. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. We will be all right. I promise you. It's enough of this.
Send a message every day on that stone.
I will absolutely not, but thank you for suggesting it. But if you need me,
Should you need us.
just call. And I'll take my brother, clasp him on the back, and walk toward wherever Asteros is leading us.
And lead you out the front door to the awaiting carriage, where he's going to hide you both underneath one of the back seats. You hear the distant muffled goof of the door in the carriage, and the wheels creak as it takes off. Esheros steps back into the manor and closes the door.
You've all had a very long night. Get some rest.
If you were to look where the carriage went away as it pulled away, left floating there, where the carriage just went away, with Levitate on it, is just a little toy boat. And a little kid from the street runs along and snatches it off and runs down the street.
I love it. End the episode. End it there.
Wow.
Robbie.